What's going on, guys? Matt over here with Lethal Garage, and today we are installing some Father's Day presents onto the Lethal Dad's Camaro. Let's get to it. So Father's Day is a great time to hook up your dad, or in my instance, my kids are too young, so I'll probably get like written cards and candy, which is great. But I can't wait till they get older and then they get jobs and then they buy me car parts. That'll be good, right, Dad?
Amen.
Is it good? Okay. So today's I got my dad a Heritage Grille for the 5th gen. I got him the proper ZL1 fender liner so we can attach the front edges properly. And we got the little front fender extension parts. These mount into the inside, so there's a little lip hanging out. It just completes the look that much better. So as you know, we installed the ZL1 front end conversion on my dad's car, but today we're gonna put the Heritage Grille just to make it that much more cleaner and aggressive. So let's get to it. So I've already done a guide on how to remove the front end of the 5th gen, so we're just gonna time lapse to this point, but basically what we're doing is installing the fender liners, we're installing the front extensions, and then pulling the grille off to put the new upper grille insert in. So all of those things we'll go over in detail here, and then we'll also talk about the connection points that basically tie in the front bumper conversion into the fender liners and all that stuff, and that's why I got them. So let's do it. Time lapse time. Okay, so in this instance, we're not just pulling the front end, but we're also pulling the fender liner. So as you know, there's the 3 bolts along the front. There's a bunch of push clips, one up top, one here, one over there, one down over there. But there is 2 more T15s that you have to remove as well. So we're gonna go ahead and remove all that, pull the fender liners out, and see how the new one fits in. Okay, as you can see, the new fender liner fits. I've put all the clips on the back side for the most part right now because we still have to pull the front end off to get the Heritage Grille. But you can see everything lines up perfectly. You can easily swap it. These cars are exactly the same, whether you have an LT, LS, SS, ZL1. The only one that's different is the Z28. So yeah, let's get that front end off. Okay, so in this instance, I do still have the positive terminal for the upgraded ZL1 fog lights. So I don't want to disconnect all that, so I just got enough so I have room, but we can clearly see. Now, to remove this upper grille is pretty simple. Now, if you remember, we had these metal clips along the front edge that clip it in. There's a couple clips down below that just secure it, but this is really just snapped in place. That's it. So outside of that, all we have to do is get these metal clips off, which should come off pretty easily, and then just pull the crash bar or the crash cushion back a little bit so we can slide this plastic upper tray out and we'll be good to go. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have our metal clamps. I just use a finishing tool to pry them off. Again, they're just safety measures to keep the primary clips in place and keep it from falling off. So with those clips, basically this crash bar is loose. There's just the 2 bottom clips that are holding it, I believe, right here. There's one right here and one over here. So you can see the crash bar is now out, and now we got to get the upper grille pulled. So again, there's push clips all along the upper area. We just got to pry them out and pull the upper grille out. And these ones are a lot easier than the 6th gens. You can kind of just start on the corner and work your way out, and they just all follow suit. There we go.
Like cars?
So one thing to highlight, the Heritage Grille is no longer in production by GM. GM does not make this grill anymore. So I had to go on eBay and find basically a reproduction. You can see the quality of it's pretty decent. It looks like it's prepped to paint for the most part. A lot of people will paint the lower edge and tie it in, body match color it, but in this instance it's going to fade right into the color my dad already has. And you can see the old one sitting here. That's obviously the old SS grill, the Heritage grill. Now they do make kits where you can add the bow tie emblem to the front of it. That's up to you if you want it. It is sold separately, but I think it offers a really aggressive look that matches the lower grill of the ZL1 bumper pretty nicely. So we'll go ahead and get this in. Again, not OEM, aftermarket, so it took a little bit of fighting her to get in, but she fits and it looks good. And I definitely think this thing is set up to be painted. So that being said, you get the crash bar back in place. And this should just literally just slide in. Yeah, you can hear it click and click on the bottom. Put our metal clips back in. I'll probably get a tool so I can push these on properly. Let me set the camera down. Finishing tool works pretty good on there.
Well, this metallic reflects blues, greens, all colors.
There we go. Now we can put the bumper back on and button her back up. Well, bumper's back on with the Heritage Grille. I think it makes a huge difference in how it looks. Even the plastic almost matches the factory lower lip plastic. It's pretty close. But it looks clean. I like it. It's no longer an SS front end. I guess technically an SS had this front end. It's a 45th anniversary grill, but it's also not a ZL1 front end or front grill, so it kind of deters away from the people who are like, why are you trying to be a ZL1? Well, it's a ZL1 bumper with the fog lights, but it's still an SS upper. Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
Yes, agreed. Now, to get the side parts on and button up the fender liners. Okay, so installing the ZL1 fender liner, the one thing you're not going to get in the ZL1 conversion kit are the metal clips that go here. Now, in this instance, the fender liner from GM came with 2 of these clips that we're not using. They're for the air dams that go in front of the wheels. We're not putting those on, so I took the 2 off for the time being, and I'm gonna go down to the dealership and get the other 2 clips, but you'll need 4 clips total. And if you're gonna do like I did, technically you only need 2 more on each side, because you could take the ones off from where the air dams are in the factory replacement. But you can see this lines up just like this, and we can screw that right on in. And again, I'm only doing the 2 for now. We're gonna run down to the dealership, see if they have a couple of these clips in stock. Just need the 2 more clips so we can put the 2 more screws, but it even is set up to allow airflow into your brakes and all that stuff. It's a really cool add-on, and I think this was supposed to tuck underneath that. I could probably bend it, but we'll do that on the other side. Okay, so installing the new fender extension, it basically, you'll see there's a tape line on there, so you do want to clean the inside edge of your vehicle. It installs right over the hump, push it flat, and you're good to go. And then it lines up with the ZL1 bumper holes to install, so that's easy enough. So we're gonna go ahead and install this ahead of putting the fender liner in. Now I had already put the fender liner in on the other side, but on this side we can put this on first, and then we'll get the fender liner in and button it up. It's really easy install, and it adds a huge dynamic to the car. I'll show you the other side that we already have done. It just makes it look so much cleaner, ties it all in, gives it a little more aggression. Yeah, pair that with the Heritage Grille. Just gotta get a bow tie on there. Well, good. So let's get this installed. Okay, apologies, I have the camera ghetto set up right now, so hopefully you guys can actually, yeah, we can see. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna peel the tape off, and this becomes really easy with the fender liner off, because basically you're just lining it up with the side of the car. You can make sure it's all pushed on, and literally it just will stick on. And that will line up with our holes that are already in place. That's good to go. So now I can finish, I didn't finish buttoning up this side of the car from the grill install, but I'll do that now. So you can see, if you don't lose your push clips, you can just put the push clips in and that will hold it mostly in place. This, we gotta get it to go over, sorry, camera. There, so this will sit in there like that and bolt in place. And then we have the 2 bolts right here. So let's get those in. So the one thing to highlight is we didn't do the brake cooling ducts. You can do that. You can add the brake cooling ducts to this, and it becomes functional with the new wheel liners. I want to say it's like a couple $100 to get all the parts and pieces to make this work with the bolts and everything. But as far as this fender extension, again, it lines right up with the bolt holes. Everything lines up now, looks great. Got the back end all bolted up, everything looking good. Basically looks brand new under here, except for the spring and the shock. Yeah, maybe not so new. It looks new there and here. Just don't look there. What do you think, Dad? Does it look better?
Yes. She's got new skirts.
My dad also did the G2 kit on it. Looks so much better than the faded grayish things that were on there. Yeah, so we're just gonna finish buttoning it up. Oh, I'm gonna show you how to button up the front, and we'll take out the clips that we need. So let's do that. So we went to Paradise. They only had 2 of the 4 clips that we needed. It's really convoluted on how it's set up, because the clips that we got are the exact clips that the GM system is saying we need, but they don't fit. Like they don't fit. So we needed these clips right here, these big ones. They're also on the fender liner. Well, that was the confusing part. So this was on the fender liner, but the clips that I had were the ones that they said I should have got, and they're just not gonna work. So these bigger clips they were able to find. What's the part number? So if you guys are gonna do this, it's 11610157 part number. Hopefully that's helpful. You need 4 of our, if you have the fender liner and you're not planning to do the ZL1 air diffuser dams in front of the wheels, you could take these off, so you only need 4. If you don't do that, then you need 4 more, so you need 8 total. So I made that confusing. Whatever, let's get back home and get this on. So I'm hoping you guys could see this, but basically these clips go right in here. And since we only have 3 currently, since our dealership was out, and technically the ones they had are a little bit off. They have a little rubber footing on them, but that's fine. That's fine. So these just pop in. Really, you need 4. And then the other one, there is a clip that goes in right here because of that front add-on clip that we had. So we'll put a screw, well, you guys can't see. So I got the 3 in along the side. We'll get the 1 once my dealership gets those ordered in. And then when we put on the fender extension, we also have the screw here that we could put in because those came with the mount. So we'll go ahead and put that on and button these up and be good to go. Well, now that we have all the screws in and it's all buttoned up, we just gotta get the wheels on, jack it up, get it off the stands, and she's done. Let's do it. So there we have it, we're done. It's hot outside, it's like, feels like it's 90 already. But we just dropped it down to the front end, setting a little bit high. It'll settle once he drives, but you can see the front end Heritage Grille installed. Got the fender extensions and fender liners you're never gonna see, but it allowed us to line that all up properly, and it's new in there, but it looks really good. Now you just gotta drive around so it settles.
Thanks, Matt.
You know, I'm looking forward to doing more installs in the summer. It's a weight loss opportunity. Sweat like a pig. But anyways, complete, all done. Heritage Grille, fender liners, and the side fender extensions for the ZL1. I think it turned out great. Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, thanks for checking out the content. Hit subscribe if you want more 5th, 6th, and 2nd gen content, and a lot more. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Until next time, guys, see you on the road.